in the running perennially for best dressed every time we have special occasion dress. Love that. Life with Jamie is never dull. There's always an adventure. Today, in fact, when I came in, and I always ask a kid when they're doing their bee project, how do you feel? I was so nervous. I said, Jamie, how do you feel? I said, great. So I expect this to be a really, really high energy speech. Jamie's the kind of kid that you really have in mind for when you're at this bee project. How have they grown over middle school? How far have they come? We're all very proud of how Jamie has come, how far he has come. He has really become a strong advocate for himself. Really enjoys figuring out how to do things his way. Not always the right way, but he learns how to do things, and he learns from his obstacles, and is determined to do things better the next time. It's been a real pleasure getting to know Jamie this year, and I know you're going to like his speech.
My quote is be yourself, everyone else is already taken. This quote stuck out to me. I've been here at Louisville Collegiate School for over a decade. Throughout these years, I've struggled to figure out who I was. In my early years of collegiate, I struggled to make friends. Over the past 3 years, I feel like I've truly found myself. I've found a good group of friends who are always there for me. I hope this speech really shows who I am. Physical. In middle school, I began doing cross country. When I first started cross country last year, I was one of the least experienced runners there. Practices were hard, but I mostly struggled with races, and I still did. When the cross country season ended, I had the whole winter to train for the track season. By the time track season started, I had improved a lot. Even though my times were significantly better, I was so much worse than my friends. Since then, I've continued to train for this year's cross country season. When this year's cross country season started, I had shown great improvement, even being faster than a multitude of my other classmates. By the end of the cross country season, I learned that I was one of the fastest sprinters on the cross country team. I had never thought or labeled myself as a sprinter, because I had never practiced sprints. I'd always thought myself as a distance runner, because my dad used to run half marathons, and so did my other relatives. Shortly after learning this, the season ended. Since then, I've been practicing my sprints and pace to attempt to be one of the best sprinters on the team. I've also been running with the high school to get even better throughout the winter. Throughout this journey, I've felt a great sense of community in the Louisville Collegiate School running program. Throughout this journey, I will always remember running in the same areas due to our sport not having a bus. I will also always remember doing track races just to look over and see our tent mid-air flying away due to the wind. I also remember when there was a race in pouring rain for hours. Even after all this rain, a very muddy track, and the officials constantly changing when the race would happen, the race still went on. We ran through a river of mud. This course was so bad, but also so much fun. All of these experiences would cause me to never forget middle school cross country or middle school track. When I was younger, I didn't like the idea of sports. I've never been too great at throwing and catching things. Team sports were also a struggle due to the need of good communication and the stress of games. Teams love it a lot. I also never wanted to let my team win, so I avoided team sports. This is why about 6 years ago I started karate. The first day I did karate, I thought this wasn't for me. About 2 months later, I tried again, and due to me not wanting to do any of the sports, I still did. My parents wanted me to have at least one physical activity. I got stronger and more confident, and over the past 6 years, I've gotten to know almost all my other instructors extremely well. They're all so kind and different from each other. It makes classes interesting. I've also been able to get to know a couple of the other students due to us having to be paired together for groups. I think that the community of martial arts is one of the best communities I've been a part of. We support each other. Recently, I've started volunteering, and hopefully next year I will work to be an instructor. Academics. The first time I went to France, I was 1 year old. My mom is a French teacher in the high school, and my grandparents also live in France. However, I have never learned to speak French, and when I was young, over the past 3 years of learning French with Miss Bun, I have learned a lot about how to use French in sentences and how to write them. Even though I will never understand conjunction completely, no matter how many times Miss Bun teaches it to our class, I have learned a lot. Miss Bun has been great teacher, and I'm sad to not have her as a teacher next year. I also enjoyed her class because she very rarely gave us homework, and she would still teach and do everything in her power to help us learn, even when kids were not paying attention. I'm excited with the French trip, and I think the French trip is a great experience to offer the 8th grade French. Even though I've been to French over 10 times, I'm so excited to have authentic French food and stay with a French host family. I'm excited to hang out with a lot of my friends and friends. Math has always been one of my favorite subjects. It can be challenging, but once I understand a new concept, it isn't too difficult. Even though I'm not in the highest math class, I feel that I still do pretty well. I always enjoy Mr. Franco's 7th grade math class, even if Mr. Franco separated from me and my friends. I always enjoy talking to each class different. Mr. Franco's weird obsession with Christmas was so funny to me. I enjoy the casino project, even though mine was a piece of cardboard with glue on it. Learning about probability in that project was fun too. I've learned so much over the years in math. One thing I have learned as well is after 7th grade, you can use a calculator on every test or quiz. In lower school, I got the hang of multiplication, but I was never able to memorize my multiplication table. Also, even though at the time I didn't enjoy being in random groups to do the work in 7th grade, whenever I was with my friends, a lot of work was not done. So Mr. Franco was doing the right thing by separating us. Math tests were always the hardest. Even if I knew exactly how or what to do, if you make a mistake with one wrong number, you end up with a completely different answer. I will always love math homework. It's so easy. 2 pages of simple solutions would take at most 25 minutes. I've improved so much in math over the years, and I'm excited to learn about it more next year. So, over the past 4 years of doing robotics, I've learned how to cooperate as a team. I've learned how to code more, even when I only know to code. Creating creative attachments for a robot to do missions was fun. I've also enjoyed doing the innovation project every year. This year, I felt more involved than ever, showing up my core values. Bringing enthusiasm was always my strong suit. This year, I feel very proud of my work and feel that our team is a great ensemble. Competitions are always stressful, but you do better when you focus and have fun. A big part of robotics is showing excitement for this activity. Seeing lots of our people do what you've been doing for the past few months is a surreal experience. I hope to join the high school robotics team next year, showing off my skills on a higher level. This year, my team made it all the way past state to the world's competition. In just a couple of weeks, me and the rest of my robotics team will be going to Houston, Texas to compete for the title of the best LEGO robotics team in the world. Robotics is more than just doing code and building robots. We always scream cheers and have people cheering us on. I hope the future middle schoolers also have fun doing robotics like I do. Over the past decade of being a collegiate, I've had many different friends and friend groups. This community of collegiate makes me feel proud to tell people I go to. The education system also has helped me learn, even with my ADHD and dyspraxia. Teachers were always there to understand when something goes wrong. I'm excited to go to high school here, having the ability to not have locks on our lockers shows a great sense of community with trust. Also, the school teaching multiple languages to middle school and lower school keeps school interested by teaching us new information. I'm excited to go on the France trip, which is an experience going to a different country for all French students in the 8th grade. I also love how our school goes on multiple fun trips, the whitewater rafting, so much fun last year and this year. I hope that our school keeps doing these fun experiences by keeping us excited to go to school. So, Camp Flamingo has always been a big part of my life. Camp Flamingo is great for having new experiences. Last year I went for 2 weeks and it was so fun. I had great counselors this year and were fun to be around. Originally, I didn't like the people in my cabin, but eventually we got used to each other and had a great time. We did a thing called Camp Flamingo Games, which was where there was a bunch of games throughout 2 or 3 full days. My team, which was Pink Team, did not have any of my friends, which made it difficult but still fun. I gave it my all by making cheers and bringing energy to our team. I even offered to dye my hair pink for the week to get our team points. By the end of the 2 weeks, I was given one of the few awards given to the entire camp. My team ended up winning the entire thing. I hope one day to work at Camp Flamingo and help other kids have the same great experience I did. I have had ADHD and dyspraxia my whole life. Although it has been a struggle, collegiate seems to really know how to handle it. Giving me extra time on tests and quizzes has helped me so much throughout the years. Dyspraxia is a coordinational disorder. Common symptoms of dyspraxia are difficulty with fine motor skills, difficulty with speech and articulation, and difficulty with planning and organizing tasks, and even more. Even with this, I feel that collegiate is welcoming, and I feel like I still get the education I need. For my dedications, I would like to dedicate my sister, my friends, and Mr. Long. Mr. Long is my favorite history teacher I've ever had. Even though he didn't teach us like the Constitution like Mr. Haas did, he made it exciting for us to go every single day. Watching CNN 10 in the morning was something I looked forward to every other day. My friends have always helped me. My friends have always helped me from catching up when I miss a class or studying 10 minutes before quiz, and they've always been there for me. And my sister, who even though it's annoying sometimes, now that she has a car, she takes me places, and we really bond over music. Conclusion is, I have learned to always be myself and never change myself for anyone. Push yourself to do things you're scared of, and don't let one bad thing ruin everything. Thank you.